Suyo. So a little bit worried for TODAK, but let's see how this goes as we jump into the land of dawn for game number 2.
Once again, this is potentially the last game of the day. We've got TODAK on the blue side and Aurora on the red. Of course, parallel jungling with Demon Kai starting on the purple, Buff and Zayed on that orange. It's going to end up on the top side of the map. If there's anything we learned from game 1 is that this Renegade Matilda is nasty with how he keeps Aurora moving around the map.
And I think the combination of Matilda with Lucas is going to be very annoying to handle. It's still going to be hard. Matilda just opens up so many options for a team.
See, I mean, even for TODAK's kind of current approach, like how do you control the side lanes, right? I know like Bruno into Irithel should be okay, although I am leaning towards doming a lot more. But this Lucas Hilda, my biggest worry is that we're gonna not have the Hilda being able to move around the map as much as she wants to. Not to mention, you always have Matilda to kind of supplement the rotation of RORA.
Hilda does do pretty well into Lucas, all things considered. And with Concussive Blast, I think Momo should out-damage him before level 4. So I think we're already seeing Aurora shift a little bit towards that EXP lane just to give him a hand and unlock the Lucas so that he can be part of team fights.
Small mid lane is between Zyme, Sempoi, and Yue. This could be an off-tempo play that TODAK might not expect. Though Demon Kai, check the bush, fight Zayed, big burst, first blood for you.
Wow! Well, Zayed did not see that one coming. He figured that, oh, I can hide in here, I can get away if they find me, but it happened so quickly that Aurora just instantly got the turtle. There was just no way for any members of TODAK to respond to that one, and Zayed is even gonna lose out on the orange buff for this.
Yeah, they're gonna try to catch Domain. Oh, one last crit would have been the undoing of D, but yeah, Domain gets away. And unfortunately, TODAK gets nothing topside. Contrary to game 1, this Demon Kai is not on Alpha, he's on the Suyo, so that early game damage is something that you definitely cannot underestimate. But being able to put Zayed behind this early is definitely a big plus point for RORA.
It's a huge plus point, in fact. Edward is definitely having some difficulty. It looks like Aurora did end up leaving him to his own devices, but he is doing a good job of keeping Momo in lane as well. Because Hilda is not able to roam around the map as comfortably, are not able to really keep track of where Renegade is going to be, and because of that, TODAK is going to be a lot more vulnerable a lot of the time. They tried to match up in aggression, but yeah, Zyme actually missed the Eternal Guard on Doming up there. I think that knockup could have been what they needed to get the finisher, but yeah, they did manage to land it.
Eternal Guard stolen by Yue. So we get the next turtle on the bottom side. Around 40 seconds, circling Ego into just get big combo. Good Terrify, Eternal Guard, that's the glorious pathway lane on top. Renegade somehow gets out and still they get Momo. And Edward throws his life away. Demon Kite doesn't find the snipe. Man, how did RORA get away like that?
And they end up trading EXP for EXP, but that should 100% have been a kill on Renegade as well. I think you just cannot give this man Matilda. He is too good. And Aurora is slowly but surely eking out more and more advantages. Already a 2-level lead on Demon Kite compared to Zayed because of all the jungle invades. And because of that, I don't think TODAK's going to be able to contest this next turtle either.
Probably sealed by Demon Kite already. So level ahead, Zai is not even close to that. Although TODAK is going to be showing some presence. Still wants to give that false illusion that they want to take this fight. Aurora not going to bite it though. Just work on the turtle as fast as they can to get it. Circling Eagle from Renegade just in case. And I mean, look at that rotation. Demon Kai, he's past mid lane already.
Yeah, it's just so easy for them. Like, I really feel like the Matilda should have been respected, should have been banned or contested at least. But TODAK has already picked their poison this game. A flicker from Zyme just to get away from Edward in the turtle pit. And we're 5 minutes in. Aurora with the 1k gold lead and quite a lot of control over the map.
Yeah, plenty of control. In this case, Aurora steadily building up that not necessarily goal lead, but the macro advantage for sure on the map, right? Domain Kai having a great time. Demon Kai is just doing his thing, and he frees up Edward to constantly just walk with the rest of his team. And then Demon Kai, he just cashed in on that bottom wave, so you get this Suyo as far ahead as possible. He's edging at a 1k goal advantage over Zayed.
It's a pretty notable difference here. Oh, Zion in some trouble.
Man, Edward almost finds a solo kill past the turret. That is madness with this Lucas.
Edward actually tried popping the Vengeance to get the kill off of Zion on his own ability, but it didn't quite work out. And Revitalize gonna be forced out on Hazelnut as well with a 3-man rotation up top by Aurora. And you can see just how active they are being on the map. Again, Renegade enabling such quick rotations and punishment of Todak's movements.
Yeah, not only that, with all these rotations, Aurora are always one step ahead in terms of map movement. So forcing Todak to do housekeeping first before they match that rotation, and by then the damage has been dealt. So third turtles, bottom side, Demon Kite again at the scene.
Aurora not just making sure Demon Kite is keeping track of the turtle pit, but also having Renegade stick around so that Domain can cut the wave, zone away D. Oh,
not gonna get him. It's a good attempt though. It's close to being wishful, but at the end of the day, they just don't have the resources, right? They needed crowd control. Law and Order just not enough for that.
Yeah, I like the idea by Todak, but they just don't have the lineup to do it. That's why I'm still not too sure about the Hilda EXP. Just doesn't offer enough utility when Aurora can move around so quickly. Like a Matilda, like yeah, Hilda can keep up with her, but that's about all you can do. Everything else, you'll have to rely on the rest of your team, and Todak is not looking too comfortable right now.
Definitely not. The biggest worry is how is Todak going to kind of make that transition when the game goes late, right? Might end up just like game 1, Edward hopping Unleash the Beast and the Vengeance as well, trying to just do as much damage as he can before he goes down. Falls, Momo, gone up by Demon Kai, pops the spring, gets away. What a circling eagle for Renegade as he collects D in the backline. Yue now flickers forward to get the Terrify. And Zayed, unfortunately, not able to get any pick off. What a turnaround from Aurora.
Renegade is just too good on this hero. You cannot let him have it. Aurora is enabled so heavily right. Oh, Zayed messed up. Renegade stole the purple buff, and now they are being sieged in the mid lane.
Domain to the leap over the turret, find the kill. Demon Kite follows up. Momo, no sprint, he's dead.
Yeah, things are looking very bad now. I know I mentioned that compared to game number 1, Todak has a more late game potential to play with, but that late game potential requires you to not be too far behind. And at this stage, a 3k difference is actually still manageable, but Todak is not in any position to make something happen and to try and even things out. And that is a little bit concerning, but for Aurora, it's just another day for them, right? This is very comfortable. They're playing exactly the way they want to, the way that they're comfortable with. The rotations have been clean and efficient so far. And as long as they just keep up this momentum, the game is very easily theirs.
Looks like it's almost sealed, almost signed and sealed by Aurora. They just put Todak in a very, uncomfortable spot. I mean, who's gonna catch Domain, right? They've tried multiple times, but with the lead that Aurora has, Domain is not only going to be that big cannon just blowing through their health bars, but also it feels impossible to catch up to him.
Especially with a Matilda as well, right? Domain has sprint, he's on an Irritel, he has a Matilda, and you don't pick CC for your EXP laner. And I don't mean the CC the hero, I mean the crowd control. Todak just doesn't have tools of locking down not just Domain, but almost anyone on Aurora, because like you already highlighted, Husky, Law and Order is not gonna do enough.
I would even call it just a mini stun than a proper crowd control, and Edward pops Vengeance again. The storage pathway out, what a knockup by Renegade. Multi-target, Zayed thinking of a dive, but decides against it. So once again, Aurora just gets the abilities out of Todak, and Todak just have to sit and watch as RORA gains possession of the Lord Pit.
2 battle spells and 2 ultimates traded from Todak, while Aurora only had to spend 2 ults and 1 battle spell. And I think their cooldowns are a little slower overall. They're now on top of the Lord. They see Zayed down bottom. They know that Todak doesn't actually intend to rush this. In fact, Todak really should not still be here.
Yeah, I think Renegade just killed Edward by accident. Taking that right into D. Not really the smartest choice. I mean, they have a lead, but not that big of a lead.
I was literally just saying, like, Todak really should not be here right now, and then Edward gets pulled into his death. So it turns out they are supposed to be here after all. But the net worth lead is still in favor of Aurora. It's about 4.5k. Not actually the worst, but also not within ideal parameters either, even if you're considering the late game scaling potential of Todak, because Aurora's late game is not bad either, right? You gotta keep that in mind. It's not as if they're too far behind on that. But D has finally hit them. Oh, Zayed.
He is dead for sure. There's no way out. So now Todak has to try and find a trade. And Renegade with the flicker, that's a half-court Matilda guiding win. And now they're gonna turn around.
Oh, 2-man stun.
Slowly Turtle got dropped as well onto Hazelnut. RORA shouldn't get any more kills, but doesn't really matter. They're gonna start getting structures.
Yeah, things are looking a little... Todak is not being active enough on the map. You have a Hylos and a Hilda. How is it that your jungler is being caught out by a rotation through the river while dealing with the Lord? What is the rest of the team trying to achieve right now is what I am most confused about. Zayed still a little bit of gold off of that Holy Crystal, but D does finally have the power spike necessary to start doing some damage. It is actually still matching with Domeng, having 3 items each, but you can see that the Irritel even has a little bit of armor just in case to keep themselves in the fight longer, and there is just a general overall goal lead for Aurora in every position.
It's getting... Just in a blink of an eye, we're looking at a almost double the goal advantage than last we checked in on RORA, right? From 4k to almost 8k. Every single part of the map not controlled. Like, this jungle does not belong to Todak anymore. They will need to stick together as 5 to even have a chance to threaten any sort of damage. But Edward just dives the backline. There's 4 people of Todak zone away. Defensive glorious pathway. They want to look for Domeng, but it's just to no avail. Momo gets blasted, and Edward collects Hazelnut. 2 more kills for Aurora.
I think we've reached the point where we can say it's a little bit a GG for Aurora. 8.5k lead, 13 minutes in. Most of their cores are already hitting that 4th item. Todak still having difficulty catching up on that regard. And because they are relying on a Hilda and Hylos to just try and hold the front line through sheer bulkiness, and they're dealing with an Irritel that can minus their armor the entire time with no way of getting on top of her to punish, Todak no longer has any tools to play with, and Aurora can just quite simply run it down as long as they don't make like overly big mistakes.
Yeah, as long as Renegade doesn't pull his teammate to the grave, and they should be fine. So this is going to be 3 waves synced up. We're looking at some cracked inhibitors in just a little bit. It would be a GG push if RORA finds another fight, but Zayed is going to be on the flank. The question is, where is the opening, right? Because Renegade is going to go straight for it. Momo trying to draw attention away, but not that they really care. Momo now has to run. Slowly, Eternal got dropped onto Diamond Standpoint. Edward leaps back in with the flash stab. That's all inhibitors of Todak destroyed by RORA.
And Todak couldn't put up a fight at all. Aurora's doing such a good job of controlling things, juggling things. Edward by himself was zoning 3 people in the backline.
I mean, D almost lost his entire health bar from 1 heavy crossbow. The splash damage just killed Zayed. And I think that is truly GG. It's RORA looking to clean it up slowly but surely to that own Todak. D switches to Wisdom Nature again. The Terrify from Yue, but the crystal explodes and Aurora just shines the northern light on Todak with a 2-0 victory.